Okay, so basically for the last 3 or 4 years, I've been adding my compost to my beds, and like twice during the growing season, I break out the Miracle Grow, mix it in the sprayer, and just spray the beds. Well, eventually, you gotta wonder what's in your dirt. How good is it? So, um, I had to know, so because things aren't growing as fast as they used to. So I went up, I went out and bought, of course, the rapid test, just like any other Joe Smo. You're going, heck, that's what I want, rapid test right away, right? Not. Doesn't, it's not. The test is pretty rapid, but getting to up to the test is what takes time. So basically, what you have to do is you have to take dirt samples from wherever you want to test, and you got to put them in a jar. It's in a jar with water, and you want 5 to 1, 5 water to your 1 dirt, right? So I'm like, oh man, okay. Of course, the instructions are in the inside of this, so you know. So okay, so I'm running the store. I get my mason jars. I buy a case of quart mason jars. Simple. And got them here. I'm gonna turn this sideways, and I labeled them with a black pen. I have 3 beds, 3 beds that I wanted to test. 1, 2, 3. So I got 3 jars. 1, 2, and 3. The front ones I put dirt in, and then the rest water, and it's pretty cool with the mason jars because they kind of, you can, they got measurements on the sides, so you can easily figure out 5 parts water and 1 part dirt. Well, then you get your dirt in there in the water, and you got to shake it up really, really good. And then after that, you have to let it sit until everything settles in the jar. Here's the time, the big time. Because you want the water as clear as possible, so you got to let it sit so everything falls to the bottom. Well, my dirt, it says in the instructions, of course, up 24 hours, you know, whatever. And then yeah, I let mine sit for 3 days, and it was still murky. So so not all dirt is gonna get clear as a bell. You just got to kind of figure, all right, about everything's falling to the bottom, right? So that's the first 3 jars. So we got our dirt in there, and our water, and we're letting them sit and settle. Well, then to do a pH test on it, you actually have to put dirt in a jar, just the dirt. Put some dirt in each jar, and you gotta let it dry out completely. Time. The dirt has to be totally dry, all right? And I'll tell you why after, in a little bit. Okay, so let's say, okay, these jars have settled, right? And my dirt is dry. Bing bong, bing, time. Uh, the next thing you got is in the kit is these testers. There's one for pH, there's one for nitrogen, there's one for phosphorus, and there's one for potash. I guess that's the only things you need to know when it comes to growing. Is those things. So these testers are easy tests, you know. Basically, you the caps come off of them, and they're just boxes, right? And with the skinny part here that you read is its own chute going down, and then the whole backside is its own chute going down too. So what you do is it comes with an eyedropper, with a water drop eyedropper in the kit, and you suck some water off your jar, right? You pop open the lid on this, and with the eyedropper you fill up the skinny side. hold on, I'll show you. You fill up the skinny side with water, with your water. Then you take the eyedropper and fill up the biggest side with your water. And the reason for this is for color coding. You get to look at the original water you put in compared to the color, the parts that it's going to supposedly color. It shows on these. What you do is so you got this full of water and this full of water, right? Then there's little tablets, boing, pill-like tablets that you have to break. It says just separate them. That doesn't work. You gotta. I had to snip the tips off of each one, and you snip the tip off the color-coded one, right? And you put it in the skinny chute with this part in there. Then you put the cap on, back on, and you shake it up really, really good. Time. Then it says basically, it's got a color chart on here. See how it gets darker and lighter. The lighter part being your totally depleted up to dark, that you have abundance. All right, so you shake it up, and you color code it, your water with the colors on the side, and it'll tell you how good it is, what it's got in it. So my water, it never really settled that great even after 3 days. So my water was already kind of brown, but I put in the color-coded tablets, and shook it up really good. And it was hard to read the color code because my water was kind of brown. But you can kind of get the gist of it by just basically how dark it gets in there compared to the dark and light on here. Glad I did it because basically I was totally deficient on everything. So I'm glad I tested it. So you go through each test, except for the pH test, right? You do the other tests, and it'll tell you what you're lacking in, what you got a bunch of in your dirt. Then this test does have really good. It's got really good instructions on the inside of how much and what of fertilizers you add to it to get it back up to where it's supposed to be. You got to read the charts and everything and look through it to see what what you think, and then you'll have to get it on your own. There's not really anything to explain except for you got to read it. So that's how you take the tests. The pH, you got your dirt, and it's the same way. The pH, you put your dry dirt in the chamber, and then you add water to it, and then put your tablet in there and shake it up. So it is pretty easy to do. It's pretty self-explanatory on how to do it. But it'll let you know what's in there and what's not, and then how. And then this tells you exactly how much you got to add if it's totally depleted, or for whichever you come up with. We tried not to go fertilizer. I tried just the compost and the a little bit of Miracle-Gro. It wasn't like adding it to fertilizer to the soil, but I don't know. There's fertilizer, and then there's this is all natural stuff that you add to it. So it's all natural. I know it's called fertilizer, but I don't know. I'm just learning the fertilizer thing. I don't know. I don't know a great deal about it, so it's all touch and go with me right now. So when I get something, I've added some fertilizer to each one, and I chose a brand, but I'm not going to go into that right now. I just wanted to show you how to do your tests, and then so you know what's in your dirt. All right? Thanks.